Craft beer reviews, brewing questions, past episodes of Brew4U, and Brewing Today can all be found at beerloons.com, the site for brewing information on the internet. Hello everyone, I am your host Mike Campbell, and welcome to Brew4U. Today we are reviewing Founders Brewing Red's Rye P.A. Let's give you a little information on this beer before we get started. First off, Founders is out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. This is a rye pale ale. Kind of a category its own, probably would fall under the rye category if you're really being technical at home. Anyway, 6.6% alcohol by volume and 70 IBUs, so this one packs a little bit of a punch. The grains, as they put it, is 4 varieties of Belgian caramel malt and rye. Okay, and one of the hops, if not the only hops, is Amarillo, which I like. Nice hop. Proper serving temperature is about 35 to 40 degrees on the Fahrenheit, and a pint mug. Anything fancy like that will certainly work. So, pouring this beer into the glass, you get a beer with a nice kind of copper color, kind of reddish copper, and it is a little bit cloudy, which should be the case when you're dealing with ryes. A clear rye, to me, won't have enough of the proper flavor. Head color is cream, with a nice fine bubble to it and a medium fade time. In the aroma, a lot going on because they used all the different caramels, things like that. You do pick up a little bit of the rye, what I would call a little bit of a stone fruit, which can be anything like a cherry, something along that line. There may be some others, but anyway, little bit of a biscuity kind of note going on to it as well. You do pick up on the caramel, a little bit of the sweetness going. Also, slight citrus and some spiciness in there. So, more than likely from the hops itself. But let's give this a little taste. So you notice kind of the rye up front, and there's a slight bitterness, nothing much, but it's definitely not on the malty sweet side up front. It's kind of a dry flavor. As it goes through, it starts to transition. The hops start to take over. You do pick up a little bit of caramel. It does start to get a little bit more on the bitter side, and that citrus starts to pick up a little bit. In the aftertaste, that's where the hops really start to come through. You get definitely a lot of citrus going on. Hops definitely let you know that they're there in this beer. Let's try a little bit more. You get kind of a, again, grapefruit flavor going on with the hops. Really kind of a nice combination because the rye being fairly dry, this definitely stays toward a pale ale. 70 IBUs is a lot of IBUs as well. So you definitely pick that up as well. The malt, you don't pick up nearly as much as maybe I would think. But again, with rye, you're not going to. But they do talk about using 4 varieties of Belgian caramel malt. To me, I don't pick up on that as much, maybe. The hops tend to dominate a little bit. So maybe somebody with a little more sophisticated palate picks up on that. But to me, not so much. But a really nice beer. I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying I know it's the hops mostly in this one and a little bit of the rye. Body on this is going to be medium light and definitely a hoppy beer overall. I'm going to give the hops on this one a 6 out of 10. They definitely let you know they're there. So, if you're not a hop head, you may not get into this one. But if you do like hops, bitterness, especially the American variety of hops of Amarillo, you're going to get a kick out of this one. There's kind of a nice overall citrusy, a little bit of down-homey, kind of earthy-ish note to this. Overall rating on this beer, I like ryes. I like pale ales. I think they did a nice job. This is basically an IPA just with rye. I'm going to give this beer an 82 out of 100, so right in the middle of the excellent category. I think they did a nice job on the beer, and just a little different than what some people might be used to because of the hops being so dominant, but really like the beer. Nice job from the guys and gals from Founders. Don't forget to check out our homebrew podcast show called Brewing Today, and until next time, cheers.